Yes, I can hear you. Shall I fire away?
Yes, please, Vinny, kick us off. Okay, so
Hi Jack, good to see you, and congratulations on being named in the starting lineup. I know that when you got named in the touring party and Jason Leonard read your name out, I think you described it as an out-of-body experience. So how did being named in the starting test side compare?
A little bit different. I thought I was in with a bit more of a chance to get the actual test team than I was in originally making the tour party. So no, it was absolutely fantastic to hear my name being called out. It's one of those things I think everyone naturally just doubts themselves, and it was an anxious time on Monday when he was announcing the team for everyone, and obviously myself included. So no, hearing my name read out was surreal and definitely something I'll never forget.
What was the family reaction too? Because I think your mum was in tears when you got named in the touring party as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, my parents were pretty emotional now when I got announced back in May to make the tour. I don't think there was as many tears now yesterday. I think everyone's pretty delighted, but I think it was definitely less of an emotional affair altogether.
Obviously, you're used to the competition for places at Leinster, but I'm just thinking, what pressure do you feel going into that first test to keep hold of that shirt?
To be honest, I've not looked past this weekend. I'm obviously delighted to get the nod for this weekend, and I'm not looking more forward than that. It's all about just putting in the performance now and kind of backing up what I've done the last few weeks and making the most of the opportunity that the coaches have given me, and kind of that's been my mindset since the outset of the tour, to just grab every chance I've been given, and I'm very fortunate that I've been given this massive opportunity again on the weekend.
Do you look at it as reward for that hard work to get back to the levels you're at after the injuries?
Yeah, I do. Like I think I've come back on a different player the last few months after that injury, after kind of a few injuries, and I got back in and just I've kind of been taking it day by day and game by game, and I've been enjoying it more, and I think it's paid dividends, and I think it shows in my performances that I've been playing better than I ever have before, and I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in.
What's Warren said to what he expects, what he wants you to produce on the day?
I haven't spoken too much to him about it. I had a quick word kind of Tuesday morning. It just said, don't go into yourself. Keep on doing what you've been doing. Enjoy it. Stay calm. Stay relaxed. And that's kind of been my mindset the last few months. Every time I've got an opportunity to play, is to just kind of stay in the moment and stay calm and to back myself, and even if I do go out and make a mistake, that these things happen, and it's just about getting on with the game. So it was nice to have those words kind of echoed by Gats earlier on in the week.
Obviously, first time at test level that you personally faced the Springboks. So what are you anticipating in terms of the physicality of that challenge that lies ahead now?
Yeah, I think I don't think we're under any illusions of how difficult it's going to be, and the physicality that they bring, and how much they pride themselves on their set piece, the maul and the scrum, and the aerial battles. So look, it's going to be a massive challenge for everyone, myself included. I think it's been a good taste for the last few weeks playing against the South African teams, but obviously it's going to be a massive step up. So look, it's about just going toe to toe with them and taking that strength away from them. So I look forward to it.
And how important is Alan Wynne-Jones to that as well? And what do you make of the recovery that he's made in 4 weeks from a dislocated shoulder?
Yeah, it's not bad for an old fella, to be fair to him. Like the way I recover from things, I'd still be in a sling. So fair play to him. It's a testament to how professional he is and how well he looks after himself. And I think any doubts that anyone would have had were quickly put to bed when he came off the bench the other day against the Stormers, and the physical impact that he had straight off the bat. So there's no doubt that he's going to just bring that again on the weekend, and he's a man that leads from the front, both with his actions and his words. So I think everyone's excited to see what he brings.
Maybe the desire as well to get a 10th successive Test cap, and do you see that desire every day? I mean, he joins the likes of Gareth Edwards with 10 for the Lions, Graham Price 12, Mike Gibson 12, Dickie Jeeps 13, William John McBride 17.
Well, look, to be fair to Al, he's incredibly fit, and even earlier on in the tour when we were out in Jersey and, you know, we're putting through paces and we're probably working a lot harder. And fitness-wise, you know, he is just the first to everything. He's when the water bottles come out to the pitch, he's sprinting across. When we're going to a new drill, he's sprinting across. He's just that's something I really noticed in the first few days of just how hard he works every single time he's on the pitch, and I think that's what's gotten him to the position he's in at the moment, to be able to take that knock and come back from it, and to be in line to win a kind of a historic 10 cap. So fair play to him. He's if anyone wants to know how to be a proper professional, he's the man to look to.
Finally from me, Jack, how would you sum up the mood in the camp, the belief within the camp now as we head into the Test series?
Yeah, the belief is high. You know, the mood is great. Everyone's in great form. I think everyone's, you know, massively enjoyed the last few weeks, enjoyed the company that we bring to each other, and you know, it's obviously strange all times, but, you know, to be fair to everyone, there hasn't been a single person that's moaned or complained about it. Everyone just gets on with their job, and I think is really enjoying the environment, and it's brought the best out in people, and I think that's going to come to fruition now on Saturday.
So, man, good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Jack, what were your hopes and ambitions when you started off on the tour? And at what stage did you think to yourself, a Test shirt isn't only possible, it's likely?
I don't think, well, to be honest with you, I never started at the beginning of the tour and thought, right, I'm going to go and I'm going to definitely start in a Test. I just thought, right, I'm going to take every day as it comes, and every opportunity that I get, just work hard and put my hand up and show to the coaches that I'm able to play at this level, and that I'm, you know, putting myself forward into every position. You know, in saying that, I think after playing all those games, I thought to myself, look, you've come this far. It'd be a pity to only have come this far. So why don't we go again and go try and get a Test cap and to play in it. So to have been selected is huge. So, you know, absolutely delighted, but there's still so much work to do, and I don't want to be sitting on the other side of this weekend with a loss or a bad performance. So it's all about pushing on now and continuing the form that I've had the last while into this Saturday.
Courtney, Tom and yourself haven't gone together yet as a back row combination. You're up against a back row that contains Khaleesi, Peter Steph Dutoit, who know each other's games inside out. Is that a concern?
Not at all. You know, we've bonded well as a back row, not just myself and the two lads, but everyone who plays in the similar positions. You know, we're out there helping each other every day to get better, and I don't think, you know, look, the South African lads have already played a good bit more together, but I don't think that's something that we'll worry about, or that, you know, is going to detract from our game at all. You know, Tom and Courtney have gone fantastically well in the few games that they've played, and I'm excited to play with the two of them for the first time as a starting back row, and, you know, we know what their two lads bring, so it's going to be very exciting.
You've not played against South Africa before, as already mentioned, but of course you have played against Munster when Rassie and Jack were the coaching staff there. Do you see similarities between that Munster side and this South African group? Yeah,
of course. I think the kind of pragmatic style of rugby that they play is echoed from Munster into South Africa, and I think Rassie and even Johan van Graan, when he's there at the moment, that it's not too dissimilar the style that they want to play. And obviously speaking to Mur and Tig about that style and their mindsets about it is a good insight into it all. You know, we know how important set piece and the aerial battle is going to be, and I think that's the same when you're playing Munster as playing South Africa as well.
Do you think that experience of the South Africans joining the Pro 14, I know it's got somewhat disrupted with COVID and all of that, but do you think the experience of playing against those South African franchises will be useful in this Test series?
Yeah, well, sorry, for the Pro 14, no one has actually played against them other than Treviso in the finals, so I don't think it'll stand too much to anyone, but obviously going down the line, playing against the sides in the Pro 14 is going to be huge, and adds that obviously extra physical battle. But you know, we've played a good few of the teams over the last few weeks, so a lot of the South African teams defend and attack quite similar styles to the national side, so I think it's a good insight into it, but obviously it's going to be at a completely different level.
Jack, just finally, on you, there's obviously some household international stars in this Lions squad. Is this a series, a chance for you to put your name into that bracket? Or are you just a guy who likes to sort of get on with your job and stay in the background?
I don't think being a household star is not something I'm too concerned about or worried about. I don't think I want to stay in the background and just do my job. I do to some degree. I want to do my job to the best of my ability, but I want to be at the forefront of everything that happens. I want to be carrying the ball. I want to be making defensive hits and leading the line and D and stuff. So I won't be sitting back and waiting for the weekend to come to me. I'll be going out there to attack the opportunity I've been given.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hi Jack, how are things? Cian here.
Cian, how are you getting on?
Not too bad. Huge congrats on the start. You just talked to us a bit about your journey over the last 2 years. Picking up that injury at the World Cup, you never got your chance. Maybe the emotions come from then compared to now. It's been quite a 2 years for you.
It's had a lot of ups and downs. The road to here hasn't always been easy, but it's definitely been worth it. Look, I obviously had a bad injury in 2019 in the World Cup and didn't get to kind of lay down the marker that I would have liked to in that campaign. And obviously then I didn't get the chance to play till kind of late August 2020 because of the pandemic and everything else. So it was a bit of a disrupted route back into the game. Even since then, I've had a few knocks and a few niggles and a few setbacks. But thankfully, the last few months and hopefully the next few weeks will go all injury free and it'll help me play some good rugby.
Cheers, best of luck.
Cheers, Cian. Thanks.
Hey Jack, congrats.
Cheers, mate.
You mentioned earlier on you came back maybe a different, better player after the most recent injury. In what sense do you think you did?
I think my ability to kind of just stay in the game, stay in the moment a bit more, to put myself forward, to probably not wait for things to happen, to go out there and assert myself a bit more. I think as well, I probably spent a lot of time overthinking and worrying about mistakes and letting kind of, if I made a mistake, to kind of then go into myself, where now you kind of just realise that if you make a mistake, it's just part of the game and it happens, so just get on with it and don't let it kind of affect the next moment. And in saying that, I've generally just tried to enjoy it a lot more, to kind of appreciate where I am, to appreciate the life that I have and the job I get to do every day, and it's a dream come true, and I love every moment of it, even the bad ones, because it makes the good ones seem even better. So I suppose I've just become probably a bit more appreciative of everything after all the knocks and all the setbacks, to kind of go on and kick on and just kind of enjoy it a bit more, and I think it's helped massively.
Yeah, great mindset. Can I just ask very briefly, have you heard from family, friends, what their plans are for watching the match in Bray, Dublin, wherever they be?
Yeah, so I'm actually housing James Lowe and his missus for a few days in my house while I don't know if he got kicked out of his house or he's sold it and waiting to move into his new one or something, but he's staying in my house back in Carrickmines. So I think my missus is going to watch with him and his girlfriend, and then there'll be a bit of a party, I'd imagine, in Bray with my parents and the rest of the family. I by the sounds of it, they have a few people coming over, COVID protocols and social distance and all that, but there'll be a bit of a party in Bray if anyone's looking to join.
Okay, enjoy the weekend. Cheers, man.
Cheers, Murray. Thanks.
Hi Jack, Jerry here. Congratulations, well done.
Cheers, Jerry. Thanks.
Could I ask you to rewind to, say, the turn of the year? You hadn't played for Leinster in a couple of months with a neck injury. You hadn't played for Ireland in over a year. Did you have any New Year's wishes, New Year's goals, and did playing in the first test the Lions feature anywhere remotely in them?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't, Jerry. It wasn't among my wish list now, I must say. At that stage, it was just about getting fit, just getting fit again, and not having these kind of constant setbacks. So I wasn't projecting myself too far forward. It was very much take every day as it comes kind of mindset. And no, the Lions was not on top of my list. It was far from it, really.
You talked about a little bit about what you think got you here. Who helped get you here, do you think, Jack?
Oh, Jesus, that's a long old list. I saw it's probably firstly probably my missus. To be fair to her, she probably have to put up with me a lot of kind of dark times and a lot of low moments, and she's always there with a positive attitude and a smiling face. And to be fair to her, she's stood by me for a lot of tough times over the last 3 or 4 years. So between her and my family, obviously my mates, the physios and all the S&C staff in Leinster have put so much time into me, and I've had to stay patient along with myself with all the setbacks. They're the people that kind of in my head I owe the most to. It means a lot to be here now and to look back and see all the hard work that they put in and how much they've helped me and how much I owe it to them.
Cheers, Jack. Best of luck.
Cheers, Jerry. Thank you.
Hi, Jack. Sinead Kassan here. Congratulations. Can we take it from this biggest game of your life so far?
Biggest game so far, yeah. I don't think it really gets any bigger than this for anyone, really. So, but no, definitely the biggest game of my life so far.
What do you think your point of difference was? We know the talent in the Lion squad. What swung it your way for this selection, do you think?
That's a good question. I suppose not to pat myself on the back too much, I think I've probably just been pretty consistent the last few games. I've worked hard. I've tried to show what I'm about. Every chance I was given by the coaching staff. So, maybe that's what made the difference. I'd have to ask Gats.
Best luck, thanks.
Cheers, Sinead, thanks.
Hi, Jack. Congratulations on the selection.
Thank you.
Also, you got the nod ahead of Tulupi Faletau. He's a man who's been there and done it for the Lions. Has he given you any advice or spoke to you about what it means to wear the number 8 jersey?
No, we haven't spoken too much. To be fair to Toby and Sam as well. They're from the two of the first lads to come up and congratulate me to be named in the starting team. So it's a testament to their characters that they were, the first ones up to say well done, and they're great blokes, and we've all helped each other massively the last few weeks. I haven't spoken to Toby too much about it, but I'm sure if I need any advice, he's the first man I'll go to, and I'm sure he'll have lots of words of wisdom.
Great. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Jack.
Cheers.
Thanks all.